But basically, you're starting with your media kit. And after sending that, usually a brand will reply and say, can you do this for this? And that is where the negotiation happens.
That's where the dance begins.
Yes. So, I would say, obviously, always start high, but not too high, because you don't want to come off as being out of touch or...
I mean, if you are charging a lot and you feel like, it is comparable to people in your, follower range, then I would maybe break down like what your pricing is based off of, whether that be like usage and, like quality of content or, brand awareness, kind of like break down why you feel like you have the right to charge that much.
Correct. So usually that happens. Then they'll reply, ask if you can do these deliverables for this amount. At what point which you will either, accept the offered amount, or you will come back with something else. Most of the time, a brand will obviously, they're looking out for their best interest and you are looking out for yours. Most of the time, they will come back with something that is below what you ideally would like. And that's why we say start high always, because then realistically, it's like we will do it for lower, but we know they're going to negotiate it down. So if we started off the bat on what our minimum would be, then they're going to try to negotiate us down. And then we end up doing it for less than what we feel like we deserve, which is never a good place to create from. So always start high, they'll come back, and then you find some sort of middle ground.
Yeah. And then as far as like negotiating like rates and stuff, I would say that like you want to have also a few different avenues for them to go down to kind of mix and match what they feel like they're getting the most bang for their buck with. So of course, like there's always just like your grid posts, like your normal grid post, which is, obviously just what you post on your feed. And then of course there's stories and, stories with swipe up, stories, just normal stories. You could also offer link in bio. So a lot of brands will want you to like post their link in your bio for like 24 hours, 48 hours, maybe a week, whatever it may be. And then there's also, Reels and TikToks, and also just content in general. A lot, which I think is personally a huge, avenue to make money on Instagram. Like I feel like when a lot of these people on TikTok are like, oh, this is how I made $12,000. I think a lot of that is from content itself.